my daughter, my daughter have just given birth. She's 6 months old. So this man is thinking he has to pay the house mortgage, he has to pay the car loan, he has to pay for the boys' school. Then I have this 6-month-old baby and I'm telling him I'm going to be at home. So he told me, no, you can't be at home. And I said, so I kept on telling him, I need to leave. He says, no. So the day I decided that I'm going to leave, I didn't warn him. I just went to the office, wrote my resignation letter at about 3 o'clock, took it to the department that is in charge of employing called the Human Resource. And I walked to his office to give him a copy. I said, Charles, I've gone home. But I always thank God that I had such a man for a husband, because a normal man should have thrown me out, because that was just a heavy financial thing I left on him. And you know, by the time I'm telling him I've already resigned, he can't do anything. He can't go and write to them and say, no, she made a mistake. They've already accepted. So I always say I got a very supportive man for a husband, because he didn't throw me out. And he accepted that I've decided to resign, and that now he has to take over on the family finances. And you're going to meet him one of the days. So he has been a great support to me. He has been part of who I've become. He's encouraged me when I could not do presentations, because you know, sometimes I talk and people think I was born talking. It was my practicing material. So he encouraged me and say, no, now there you didn't do it properly. So he has been very, very helpful to me. So I've now done a New Life for 25 years. This is my 25th year. And it is 26 years since I left the bank. So that boy who was 3 years when I decided to leave, but I left the bank when he was 5, he turns 30 in October. And I don't have my second child, but I have my third who turned 20 a month ago. So this business for me is not something that I will never do. I will do it for life. I tell people, your life is for life. And I'll tell you why. So after I stopped working, I was home for a year. And then I was introduced to me. At home, I got frustrated. You know, asking men for money, they always ask what for. And then this man has given me money on Monday. He's expecting by Wednesday I still have the same money. You know, house expenses are not like bills that are electricity, water. Those ones are fixed. Okay. And you know, they only come after this period of time. But now these things of the house, today you need this, the baby comes, they need, I don't know what item, you need to change a meal. So you always need to have money. So that thing of not having money, and that my husband, I met him, I was already doing a thing that has money. I got a bit uncomfortable. So I decided, I prayed, and I told God to give me a business I can do from home, and one that should not be more than $150. I don't know how much that is in Uganda shillings. But, so when I was invited for this business, it was my neighbor who said, no, now you have decided not to work. I've seen a business, she had retired. And she said, I've seen a business in town. You can work from home, they will train you for free, you get foreign currency, and you can even travel. The thing of traveling and foreign currency I knew was a lie. The time I was in the bank, you could not have foreign currency. And if you did, you had to declare it. Declaring meaning you had to tell the government I have this money and how much and what it was for. And if you travel, they gave you for traveling to the country you go to. But when you come back, you had to surrender it at the airport. You could not get into the country with it. So I'm thinking, where will this money come? International, what do they mean that it's an international business? So I'm not understanding. Then traveling, I'm thinking, what can you do in a house and get an air ticket? I'm thinking of cleaning clothes, washing, ironing, cooking. Then I'm thinking, these people are telling me I'm going to do those things in the house. You see, when we are a house business, the only things we associate a house with are the activities that go on there. So I'm thinking, these people are telling me I'm going to clean, to cook, to do what? Then get a plane ticket. And I'm thinking, these people are not serious. But I told her, we can go because I don't have anything to lose. I'm not having a job. And she had a car. And she said, we will go together. So one evening she picks me, she takes me to Nairobi. There is a place we used to meet. And I go to the meeting room. Now, when I go to this meeting room, there was a lot of stories in Nairobi. They said, there's another business that has come. It's like devil worship. People are making a lot of money. And when they hear about it, they are crazy. So I thought, hey, maybe this is that business. So when I went to the meeting, I sat near the door. If I just see anything funny, I just ran out. Yes. But in that meeting, there's some 2 Kenyan women I saw who I knew were prominent women. You've heard of a girl called Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah. She's an actress. She's in Hollywood. She's a Kenyan. Her parents are Kenyans. So the mother and the father, I knew them because the father is a politics man. I knew them as a couple. Then I also knew another couple. We call them Kiraito and Priscilla. They are governors. That man, Kiraito, is a governor in a certain side of Kenya we call Meru. Another politician. So these ladies, their husbands had bad politics in the days of our president, our second president. So because they differed, these people went to live in exile. So I used to see them on TV. Now I go to this meeting and I find them there. And that time they'd lived out of the country like 5 years. So the Lupita Nyong'o and the parents went to live in Spain and Mexico. This Kiraito and the wife went to live in the US. Then I'm thinking, these women, what are they doing in Kenya after 5 years? Why did they come back? You know, we believe everything good is out away, isn't it? Even here, I don't know if you're like crazy Kenyans, they want visas to go to the US, they're looking for green card, they're looking for passport. So that is how Kenyans are. We're always looking for something to go to because Kenya is not good enough. So I'm thinking in my head, why did they come back? Then I told myself that even if I don't understand this business, this is a business with a lot of money. What are these two women doing? Then the presenter who came was a pastor. He said he was a pastor from South Africa and he had built the business part-time for 10 years. And now he has asked the church that he doesn't want them to put him in the payroll. He'll still be a pastor in the church, but they should not pay him because he can pay himself. That this business, he can pay himself, so he doesn't need their money. They should give that money to somebody else. And then I'm thinking, a pastor, business. In my days, a pastor was only in the church. We went and told him our problems, he prayed for us, and that is where it ended. Now this pastor, he's not only not in the church, he has even come to Kenya and he's telling us he's doing business, and he's telling the church not to pay him. And then he said he was from Cape Town. Now, with my mixed background, we speak about 10 languages in my family. We are very mixed. So I have a brother, another one, who stays in South Africa, married to a South African. So that one used to send us photos and say, if you come to South Africa, especially Cape Town, you'll see where Mandela was jailed, you'll see where the oceans meet and the water doesn't meet. So my brother had sent us pictures. So when this pastor is talking to me, I'm just in South Africa, Cape Town. And I'm thinking, this is a pastor. He lives there. And he's educated his children, even says he has a house there. So, you know, he's talking and I'm not even listening. I'm thinking of those things. So I said, hey, so either this pastor, this is a correct business and it is the correct one, it's of integrity, or this also pastor has a problem. Maybe it's a crooked one. You see, I'm a very analytical person. So then they presented, I didn't understand anything. You see the way they draw the circles, me, I didn't see those as people. So when people used to say you connect here, I'm not seeing what they're connecting. I'm just seeing they're drawing circles and connecting. In my head, those are not people. I don't know what they were up to now, I don't know. But the stories, you know, like the way I'm giving you my story. So they called, then Lupita's mother comes and says, I used to have chronic fatigue. I could even be given 2 weeks rest. I sleep, but I don't recover. But then this product called Formula 4, when I take it within 3 days, I could sleep and wake up. And then I'm thinking, okay. Then another man came and he's doing like a work that is not very serious. In Kenya, we call them Jua Kali. Jua Kali is an unstructured business, something you just do to earn. So this man said, I'm in Jua Kali, but now I've been able to make some income and I'm not worried about money. Then this governor's wife comes and she says, in 1 year, I've been able to earn money that usually I would take a loan if I was still a teacher in the government. And then I'm thinking these stories are too good. So I decided anyway, long and short, I started off. And so I started off, and when I started off, I was not serious. I joined because I needed money to do something, but I did not think I can do business because I've never sold a pen in my life before this business. And then that starter pack, what we were starting off, had 3 ranges of products. It had so when we started off, we used to get a box. We used to call it a business in a box, and it had cleaning products, it had skincare, and it had the supplements. So me, these supplements look like medicine. So I said, I'm not yet 30, I'm not sick, so these medicine things, I'm not going to take them, and I'm not a doctor, so I can't sell. Then the skincare, I was still used to people coming looking like him, and in a month, they start looking like you ladies. They have applied creams that change the color. So for me, this skincare, I didn't understand it's organic. So I'm just thinking that, no, I'm not going to use this skincare. Then the cleaning products, the LDC, the G1 were very good for me, especially the G1. When I tried it, it worked very well. So I said, since I was working in the bank and my friends, I know the kind of friends I have, so I can sell these cleaning products. So I started off to use the products at a discount, not to do it as a business, because I believed I can't do a business, you understand? But 6 months after I joined this business, we got a bad car accident and my baby died. That baby who had resigned the bank job to take care of, that baby died. And so it became a very difficult time for me because I resigned from the bank, now I don't have a bank job. My baby has died. I can't go back to the bank because some days I don't want to talk to anybody. Sometimes I don't want to leave the bed. In fact, if my husband and my son said they want to eat, I'll get so annoyed because I'm thinking these two are very crazy. They still want to eat and me, I've lost a baby. They expect me to go. So it was difficult for me. But you know, for me, that is where this business started. Because suddenly, they said these supplements, they said there were supplements, and they would say, if you have a heart issue, take this. If you have diabetes, take this. So I looked at one, they said, if you have stress, this is what you take. So I read stress. So I put myself on Formula 4. I took vitamin B complex. I took Calmag. I took Aloe Vera Plus. I took Omega 3, and I took Mind Enhancement. Long and short of it is that I did not go into depression, and yet I've lost a baby, and that's a very painful thing to lose a child. So when I didn't go into depression, I thought, no. These people said these things are not medicine. So what are these things they put in here that I can actually use them and get well? So then I decided to study them. So every morning I wake up and write notes about 3 products. Every day. We had books the way you get in the kit. So every day my work is to read 3 products, I write notes, 3 I write notes. And then what was bad for me, and like you people now, we didn't have mentors. So you got your pack and you had to sort yourself out. So can you imagine all the information that I give people today? I used to read it up and write notes. Or listen to audio cassettes. We had a lot of support on audios. So you listen. And most of the support we got from South Africa. And that was a challenge because they would come once in 6 months. They can't stay here for long. The same way I've come here on my own money. So maybe if I don't have enough money, I can't stay for long. So they come for a day or 2, they go back. Calling them is a problem. Okay, they've left us a recorded video, but then their English is difficult. So their accent you don't understand well. So you listen, you rewind, you listen. So you listen about 10 times before you understand what this person is trying to talk about. But anyway, so after I started understanding a little bit, I decided now I'm going to get a bit serious. So a year after I lost the baby, I decided that, yeah, I think I can do it a bit. And so I started attending training. When I feel like I attend, when I don't feel like I don't come. But in 1 year of doing those things of coming and not coming sometimes, I was able to replace my bank salary of $300. I don't know, just ask tell us that in Uganda shillings because I'm not
about 1.2 million.
Okay, in one year, I was able to become like that director level now. Here, that's what we call it. Then another 2 years, I started earning $1,000, like quality money. And by 5 years, I was earning $2,000. So now I decided I will never look for a job again. And that is why 25 years I've been in your life. So I've done it a business 25 years. So, but God is very good and gracious because God gave us another daughter 5 years after we lost that one. And the birthdays in the 2 girls is 1 day difference, the same month. They are both of May. So for us, May is a very, very special month in the family because my husband is born in May. I'm born in May. Our late daughter is born in May. My daughter, the one I have who's turned 20 last month, is born in May. And then this business came to me in May 15, 1997. So when May comes around in our house, just the fact that we have stepped into May is like now we are in celebration. So I must say that I always thank God that I saw, because you know you can be invited for this business and not see, or think that you know what it is. And I get so disturbed when I see that people don't realize the kind of thing they are in. Because I can tell you people for a fact, if it was not for these products and the people you find in the business, I would not be sane. Because that car accident was very bad. We fell from a cliff that is as high as this and found ourselves under, and the baby was thrown out of the window. So it was a terrible, terrible, terrible accident. So you see, if it were not for these products and meeting people, because every day you come, you meet new people, you have stories. Every day you come, you meet new people, they tell you their stories. So that coming and meeting new people every day helps me to be able to talk. And so with time, I was able to continue and live on. But what can I tell you, 25 years down the line, I am always so happy that I joined the business because those 2 babies are grown. I told you my firstborn is now 30, that boy who made me leave the bank. And the baby who we got after we lost the other one turned 20 a month ago. So now my life is to travel. So the new life money I make is for my traveling because I don't have any baby to take care of. We do the business with my husband. My husband is more of a professional person, is a consultant. So I tell people now the money I make in your life is for myself to travel. And I just want to tell you a little bit about travel now because the products, oh my God, the products are excellent. I'll show you. I've done a lot of things. That baby who's 20, I started giving her supplements at 3 days old. I'll give her the omega 3 You know, when you come for training, people are saying, when you use this product, this will happen. So I want to try. I'm a very experimental person. So when we just left hospital, 3 days old, I pinch, I make her suck. So this baby at 2 years, she could speak English and sing the Kenyan national anthem in English. 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. So there are people who thought our daughter does not speak another language, that she only speaks English, because she was perfect. Then by the time she was 5 years, she could name 10 families. She says, this is so and so, these are the children. Then she names this one and her children, and she'll not get confused. She will not get confused whose children are who. So you understand that kind of a thing. So for me, the products are really something. So at 20 years, my daughter was 20, I cannot count 10 hospital visits. They cannot reach 10. You're a nurse or you're in the medical profession. So you know that it is not normal that small children don't get sick. So my daughter, who is 20, because by the time I got into the business, my son was 5 years. So I didn't, of course I use products on it, but this girl who is now 20, I took them first of all when I was expecting, and I started giving her when she was 3 days old. So she turned 20 last month. I can't count 10 hospital visits. That is how effective these products are. Personally, I'm now 55. I don't have any health condition. I don't feel anything. Sometimes I have to look at my ID to tell it is my age because I'm not feeling it. For the ladies, I still have my cycle. I don't know, nurse, you tell me when this cycle should end because I don't know. No, just that to tell you how effective these products are. So me, I wake up as early as 4:30, I sleep at 10, and I'm not feeling anything. I don't have pressure, I don't have anything. So these products, they're amazing because sometimes when I'm telling you those stories, when you're still new, you're still that kind of thing, you see, you don't understand. You don't know what it is that you have joined, you don't understand, you see. And then the fact that it's international, me, I'm a Kenyan, I don't live in Uganda, but now I'm in Uganda, and imagine I've started off a Ugandan team. Not that I knew them before I came here. Yesterday, I used to talk to one like Jesse. He knew somebody who he knew. I don't know why he didn't with him. A Ugandan now. I went to Makerere University as Andrew was doing some things. I also decided to collect some names. So this business, you can do it anywhere you are with who you are with. You just need to understand how does it work. And it is simple. You're always meeting people, isn't it? In a bus, in a supermarket, along the streets. If you're a student, you're with students every day. I don't know what to talk about. So we are saying those things you talk about that are not giving you money, change. Talk about things that are going to give you money. Mami is a nurse. She's seeing patients, people walking in and out. She can tell them about the products because they give you a longer time solution than the medicine. So the products, I can talk about products. In fact, if I started teaching you about products, you need many, many books because I can, if you just put a product like this, I'll tell you notes, I'll talk, you just think this one is crazy. There is no product I haven't used in your life. And if we don't have it here, I'm going to import. Like there's a product we call acidophilus. It's not in the East African market, but me, I have. There's another one called oxygen bleach. It's not in the East African market. It's found in South Africa. Me, I have. So if they just bring the product, the first thing I must do when they bring a product is use. One time they were launching a product, CoQ10, and Justus knows that it's about 2 years now since CoQ10 came. The day they were launching, they gave people tickets, and they said, if you pick your ticket, you're going to get the product. So a guy, a distributor who was sitting next to me, he won the product. Do you know after the meeting what I did? I said, no, you must open up that pack and sell me 15 of them because I must test before I sell. So I am so crazy about products. I must use. Because when you use the products, you don't need to convince anybody they work. You know and you know and you know. So if they're telling you they don't work, they must be the problems, not the products. So number one, these products work without a shadow of a doubt. They work. They work. So as you're giving out these products and using, be very confident they work. So them not working is not, that is not it. And it's because of the sun. They are highly researched and they work. Secondly, I want to say that the fact that this business is international, you have international friends. When I come to Uganda, I know I can call Justus. Like I told you, we've never met face to face. Today we're meeting for the first time, but we know each other on the camera like this. So when he tells me do a team training, I come on, they see me on camera like this. And so we know each other like this. But now today we have met. So I can come to Uganda because of my friends. You understand? I can go to another country. Today morning, I did another session. I'm being invited to South Africa. When I go, some other South African friends. So, you know, this business, you can't get bored. Now at my age, I've already brought up the children. So my work is just to travel. Like I told you, next in August, I'll be in Tanzania. So you see, I feel good. You go and meet people. When you travel, there's something that happens. Your mindset changes. And in this business, there's an opportunity to travel every year for free. Every year, your work is to help as many people as you can empower. because our business is not recruiting like the army. As we bring you in, we empower you. So if you're not helping people to earn, you're doing the wrong thing. So we are not paid for bringing in people. We are paid for bringing people who use the products and can earn money. So when you do that, every year you qualify for a free trip. I remember our first trip, we went to Mauritius in 2004. Mauritius is very beautiful. They took us to a big butterfly park that had over 3,000 butterflies. Imagine 3,000. And it was nice. We could walk at night. In Mauritius, if this phone is stolen, that is news. It is that safe. You can walk 24 hours. So Mauritius is very, very beautiful. And this company can make you feel crazy. You can come back home and feel you want to work until you can almost not sleep. I remember in Mauritius, when we were received at the airport, they gave us juice at the airport. They put us on some flowers. They gave us something to wash our hands. Then there was a van. So as we are being taken around the town, they're telling us this is where you are. There is a map. Oh, beautiful. That's what I can tell you. Then the next trip was to Cape Town. Remember, I told you because I come from a mixed background, I have a brother married to a South African. So we went to Cape Town. Oh my God, what can I tell you about Cape Town? You cannot die before you go there. Because if you go to heaven, you might get a shock. I'll tell you why. In Cape Town, in South Africa, they have 6 lanes on either side. So a road has a total of 12. So you cannot cross the way you cross here. You have to use the bridge. And then the roads have got like 3 levels of up. Like this is the same road. You can go right to the top and see this whole Kampala from up there, and it is still a road. Then the other thing, where the 2 oceans meet, the Indian and the Pacific, they don't mix. One is like this color and the other one is this color. And that is, it's water, but they cannot mix here because one is salty water, the other one is fresh water. So you see those things you used to read in school in geography. Now when you travel, those things become real. Then I went to Robben Island where Mandela had been jailed. I was able to see the room he was in. Then they've got some things they call Table Mountains. It's a mountain, when you go at the top, it is flat. I went to their colonial, like the governor in the year 1500 was the governor, the bed he slept on and the chair and the bed and the table he used are still there. You go where the grapes are done. So you know when you come back, when some people tell you this thing doesn't work, you leave them there because you have seen it works. And then, like I said, now when we go for those meetings is where we meet now. All the people have traveled, now you start meeting. So you start, I meet, I say, so where are you from? He says from Uganda. I say, I'm from Kenya. So you become friends, then you continue this friendship, you understand? Then in 2008, we went to London. Hey, London, oh God. Now this London place, I started understanding how the white man thinks. You see, people don't understand this thing of time. They say Africans, we have a problem with time. And I tell you, the day Africans, we understand time, we will go very far because there's nothing like African time. Time is time. Now in London, I found a Kenyan man who did not get a job because he was 5 minutes late. He was not able to get $500, no, $50,000. That's like $500,000. He missed a job of $500,000 Kenya shillings because he was 5 minutes late. The gentleman said, no, if you cannot respect time that you have with you, like now you have a watch and you can't keep that time, so you're not good for a job. 5. So in London, when you go, everything works around the clock. It's like it's a machine. Everything, the trains are on time, the buses are on time, their economy is 24 hours. It's very clean. They are very, very time conscious, very, very. So when you go to London, one of the things you'll understand about time and how they operate, very organized. There's no confusion, no nothing. I remember the time we went to London, the population was 7 million, London itself. In Nairobi, our population was 3 million. But the confusion that is in that Nairobi with 3 million, in London with double, there was nothing like that. So orderly, so organized, everything runs. So I used to have a problem with people who have been out of the country, then they say, this Africa is confused. And I thought, you're also an African, what's your problem? But you see, when you live in that organized society, then you come to the confusion, you actually see the confusion. So in London, I stayed for a month. So one of the things I do in this business, because they have already paid for the trip, I have many friends around the world. So like London, we went to stay with a friend to my husband, who's a doctor who works there. And he gave us an apartment. We had a house in London for a whole month. So I was able to travel. But the most expensive thing in London is transport. The way it's organized, it's very, very expensive. We're using 1,000 shillings every day. I don't know how much that is in Uganda shillings per person. 1,000 shillings every day just to travel. Just to travel. So that's very expensive. But they're very organized. You start understanding things about time. You start understanding why they do things the way they do. Then in 2009, we went to Durban. Durban, just as were you in Durban?
I just joined.
Oh, you just joined.
I was a senior manager.
Hey, that Durban trip, oh my God, went to Durban, and they had like a boat where you can see sharks. So there is like a boat. It's not on the sea, but they've done it away. They put a boat here, then they have water on that side and this side, and they have glass. So this whole place is surrounded like in the ocean. So you see the sharks, you see all the types of fish. So all the things you see on this app, there's a fish that looks like a lion. It's called lionfish. There's a horse fish, exactly like a horse, but it is a fish. Hey, so you know, there's starfish, there's devilfish. Hey. So I was saying this thing now, this is too much. So you see, those are things you don't know about. You understand what I mean? So when you travel, so I have another, I have another photo that is done in Durban. I must bring it. It is showing you're now in the ocean. Hey, so you see when you travel, oh my God, you come back and then these people are telling you that thing doesn't work. I don't know, you're wasting your time. You say, Then these ones, you just say these ones, they don't understand. So you see that traveling is another thing. And then because I have my brother there, so when I travel to South Africa, I again go and stay for a month. And now next year we are supposed to go to Turkey, isn't it? Turkey, I have another brother, he's married to a Spaniard in Spain. Now Spain, now that Spanish country, there's another visa you get and you can go to all 13 European countries with one visa. And then the train connection is so good, you can enter in one country and go to all the rest with a train. So I want to go to Turkey. Then after the conference, I go and visit my brother. Then I have another niece of mine who is married to an Italian. So I then go again to Italy. I've seen this crazy thing I have about traveling. So this business can do that for you because they've already paid for the ticket. So me, when I work hard for them to pay for the trip, because they make me go and see my relatives for free. Because as long as they paid for the ticket, they don't even tell you when you should come back. You can even book earlier than the rest. When you qualify for the trip, you can say my ticket, me, I'll go this month, and I'll stay for a year. You put my return date this month. It's for you to decide. So why surely would you do a business? So those of us, you see, we are crazy about this business. Would I be in something for 25 years if it didn't work? 25 years is quarter century. What would I be doing? You know? So sometimes when I'm told to come and talk to people when they're starting off, and because of not knowing what they have joined, they're told small things and they leave. When I joined, I had a few challenges. One of them, I had no mentor. So it meant I have to read myself and try and understand these things. You people are lucky. I tell people these are not the days you ask, does the business work? You ask yourself, can I work the business? Because we already proved that it works. So I had a problem, I had no mentor. I didn't understand the products. I'd never seen them. I had never done business. So that whole thing. Then secondly, there was a lot of negativity. You had me saying that the day I went for a meeting, somebody told me that thing is devil worship. So when I went for a meeting, I sat next to the door. If I see it's devil worship, I ran out, which I found is not. So when I lost my daughter, can you imagine a lady in church? After they've announced we are going to pray for Margaret and Charles, they've just had an accident, they've lost their daughter. On my way out of the church, a friend of mine calls me and says, Margaret, I'm so sorry you lost the baby because they knew the baby. But you know, it is that thing you joined. Can you imagine? This thing of not understanding, then you give names to things you don't understand. Very bad. Then I just told her, thank you very much about the baby, but about that business I joined, we are never going to discuss it. The day you want to know about it until we sit down and talk, we are never going to discuss. Do you know that lady called me 3 years after? The husband got bad answers. They said, you know, a New Life distributor, she calls me, Margaret, are you still in that New Life thing? Bring me aloe vera plus and zinc. I wanted to ask her, did the devil go now? But then anyway, I just said just that one, just forgive her. I said, like, Jesus, forgive them, for they do not know what they are saying. So I'm just telling you those things because when you're new, people tell you all sorts of things. They say, is this that selling business? For me now, because I used to work for the bank, they say, you wear suits to go and sell soap. So I say, no, I'm not selling soap, I'm selling hope. Then I told them, what's the problem of selling soap? Even if you go with a suit to the supermarket to pick soap, me, I'm only bringing it to you, what is the problem? And if soap can give me financial freedom, what is the problem? So you must know that those people, and if you have never been criticized in your life, you have never done anything effective. Until they start saying that Margaret's business, those Margaret's things, until they start calling your names and telling you things, you have not yet done anything. Okay? Then I also had a problem with older people than me. You see, in the African society, it's the older people who teach us. Now in this business, sometimes you bring older people than yourself. So I'm thinking people my father's age, what do I tell them? And so the personal development now kicks in. So as you read books and listen to tapes and come to sessions like this, you grow as a person and in your belief and in your confidence. So with time, now me, I can talk to anybody. I also had a problem with people who are very educated. So when I finished my school in Kenya, we call it Form 6, I was called to university to do a Bachelor of Education degree. Me, I grew up knowing I cannot teach. Because I was very good in school, my father used to give me work to teach my younger brothers and sisters. But I taught them and they understood nothing. So me, I grew up knowing I'm the problem. Then I come to New Life, I discovered I can teach. If I do for you a product session, I'm telling you, you're going to live with products here. If I do 1 year, you're going to buy products. I discovered, imagine I can teach and I can motivate and I can talk. I never knew all those things. So when you do this business because of that personal development, when you attend training, come for functions, you grow as a person, and the way you express yourself, people think you're an extraordinary person. So I tell people this business makes a very ordinary person very extraordinary because of the trainings. And then I want to say that the interactions, like I said, the friendships, I've got so many friends around the world. So there are things that you discover about yourself that you didn't know when you do this business. Like a month ago in Kenya, I was hosted by a radio station to just give the story of my daughter and what I used to recover. So you see that story, if you listen to it, it will be almost like this story I'm telling you, because it's New Life that taught me. You know, when you come for training, they say, now, this is how you say your name, this is what you say about your family, this is how you go. So I've used those things to do other things in my life. And then finally, to just say that I'm a very different person from who I was when I left the bank 25 years ago. The friends who meet me who I was in school with, and they say, Margaret, even the way you talk, you're different. So the thing of feeling that I can't talk to people with 2 or 3 degrees, now I don't have that problem. Because you see, even if you have a degree for law or engineering, it is only degree or engineering. You don't know anything about nutrition. You understand? So just know that if you started today and somebody comes tomorrow, you're already 1 step ahead of them. There's something you know that they do not know. And finally, to say the support. We are international business. So I live in Kenya. I'm a Kenyan. Although my mother, I told you, is from Malawi. So I have a team in Tanzania. I'm starting a team in Uganda. So in Kenya, I have a team in certain parts of the country. So this opportunity to travel and meet people, like I said, when you meet people and exchange ideas, it becomes very nice because you start understanding certain things. So I am just so excited to have been in Uganda. I go back to Kenya tomorrow, and I'm looking forward. Maybe in July, I'll be back here. I'll be back here, I think, in another 3 weeks. I'm going to come back to Uganda. I just came to show you that I have told you these products work. In 2019, I became this size. This is me. So you can look at it and take it round. Okay, that is me. So using these products, I've lost 25 kilos. Yeah, 25. So that is the one. This other one is like in February, but this is taken 1 month ago. So this is me last month. Last month actually. In fact, in one of the days when I came, I had to dress like this. I have this outfit in Uganda because I was saying, no, she's not the one. So I actually came with this outfit so that you don't start telling me I'm not the one. Because where will I get this outfit if I'm not the one? Yes. You know, you can become careless. I'll talk about that now. It's a good question. You see, sometimes when you've been in something for long, you just become ignorant and, oh, it's now not such a big deal anymore. And you just become, and just as we tell you, sometimes you're up, sometimes you feel, not really. So I just found myself that size. And my husband is next to me in that photo, but I have cropped him out. Because I thought one day he'll be asked, when is your mother going home? Because it is true, if you see, my husband is very, 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 very trim man. So I thought, hey, this guy will be asked, when is your wife, is your mother going home? And I'm the wife. So I decided, so when I took this photo, because I told you about products, I became very good with doing product sessions. So when New Life has products, when we have a session in Kenya, like the presentation done by the company, I'm the one who does products. I'm very good with products. So I was the one who did the product session in 2019, around November. That is where I took that photo. So we took it on a Saturday. On a Sunday, when we went to church, my husband Charles says, hey, people are saying congratulations, asking for what? They say, hey, when are you getting the baby? I say, which baby? Hey, I thought I'm already 50, not that I can't get, but I thought, no, these people actually think I'm pregnant. So that Monday, I went and shaved my hair. That's why I have no hair here. I shaved it. And I said, now I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to exercise and I'm going to lose this weight. So I've lost weight. So do the products work? They work. Does the business work? It works. So will you work the business? That is the question you ask yourself today.
Yes.
So if you had any doubt that this thing works, I'm proof that it works. The products and the business. I told you I'm 55 now. 55.
And we have not reached the end.
I've not. In fact, I'm asking the nurse to start telling me what is happening. That is a sign of health. That is a sign of health. Some people at 40, they have already reached menopause. Yeah, some people at 40, I'm 55. Yeah, and I don't feel it. I tell people my age is in my identity cards and the passports.
We are still doing this.
Enjoying?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, till kingdom come. They just say you should stop. No. And it's very good that because they'll become our customers. 80-20 rule. So out of every 100, out of every 10 people you talk to, only 2 will listen and do something. The other 8 won't. But don't worry, they will need our products. And you can never refuse in your life forever. When I now present my check when I'm going, when we used to get checks, I remember one time taking it to a cashier. They just saw that time I was just earning $1,000. Say, hey, this whole money is from that new life thing. How does somebody join? Give me a form. So those people who think that you are nothing, eventually they come. Then I also had a challenge with doctors and nurses because they'll say, do I even need to supplement? I'm eating well. Someone says, hey, I eat fruits, I eat good food. Let me ask you, by the time an orange leaves, I don't know where you grow your food in Uganda, but by the time an orange comes, by the time it reaches you in the city, it is probably 3-4 days from the day it left the farm. So the value of that orange is not the same as if you were in the farm. Then secondly, we take food from the farm, we come and refine it, we come and cook it and fry it. By the time you eat that food, you have compromised it. You understand? Then, especially the younger people, this age, they're in a lot more problems. Because these young people, the diseases that people used to get now in their 50s, 60s, these people will get them in their 20s. And once the people we are bringing up, a time is coming when a 5-year-old will have diabetes as if they are 40 or 50 because of their food. So if you don't take these supplements, now you have to decide. You either take supplements or become sick and pay doctor bills. So you either pay for supplements or pay for doctor bills, and the doctor bills will pay till kingdom come, because the challenges we have that are lifestyle are not diseases. They are food related. So you cannot fix a food issue with medicine. You understand? So if you're eating the wrong food and you get something like diabetes, then you go and start getting injections for controlling your sugar. The thing is to find out what should I eat so that my body can ordinarily control the sugar. So that is where the supplements come in to help your body do what it should do had you eaten the right food. So you understand? So that is what this business will do. So like on Monday, I did a session where there were a number of doctors, and I was explaining, I realized that many people don't know how to use our weight program. So I've had a whole training in Uganda on how to do the weight program, including this morning I did a recorded session. And so this doctor, after I did the session, he said, imagine everything you taught. I was taught in the medical school. For 5 years, what you thought you were being taught in a school. Me, I've not been to a medical school, and I can talk to a doctor. In fact, now where I've reached, if I talk to a doctor, you can think I'm the doctor. You can even doubt yourself if you're the doctor. And it's the information I've gotten from Neo Life. I told you I've never been to university. So I tell people, don't worry, we have a Neo Life University. Yeah, we have one. You come and graduate. Yeah. So we have a Neo Life University. It's in your back office. Yeah, it's a Neo Life University. So this business works. So the question is, does the business work? It works. So the question you should be asking yourself today, will I work the business? Then you need to be very focused. You need to have a goal. Why are you doing the business? If you don't know why you're doing the business, the first negativity already finished. They tell you one negative thing, and instead of finding out what do I do, you're already finished. The other thing is if you decide to work alone without your leader. When you're still new, never do anything you have never done for the first time without your leader. Never. When you're new and you've never done anything, talk to your leader first. I want to do this, what do I need? Because if you do it on your own, you're likely to do the wrong thing, then get rejection, then feel it doesn't work. The other thing you must learn to read. Africans are very poor readers. In fact, to the extent they have said, if you want to write something from an African, put it in a book. And I'll tell you why. You see, you eat sausages in Uganda. I want you to start, maybe even from here, go and read that sausage pack. It has 2 things. It has a name, nitrite. It's a chemical they use to kill the bacteria in the meat. And then it has got another word, it says carcinogenic. Carcinogenic means cancer causing. So you're busy eating sausage. So even if you sue those guys, they say, but we wrote, this is cancer causing. You can't sue them. But you know why you eat it? Because you don't read. So we have a problem with reading. Because even distributors come, they have the books and they don't read. Everything I taught on the weight program is in the books all of us have. And I taught it and I found it's not only you who has a challenge, even in Kenya, people don't understand it. But because I understood and I also did it, so when I teach you, you understand, you see. So people do not read. And then give yourself time. People come and in 1-2 months, they say that thing. Which thing? You don't know what you joined and you don't know what you quit. Give yourself minimum 2 years, but at least 5 years. There is nothing that you don't put effort in. So people want to come to New Life and make money yesterday, but they have not even one skill. So you want to make money. So can you explain this weight program? So if you can't explain, what money are you going to earn? It's like saying you want to be a doctor, but you don't want to go to that school. But I want to be a doctor. How now? Because that is the problem. So if you want to do New Life as a business, take it seriously. It is a serious business. It is highly professional. Me, when I do sessions, people ask me, is that New Life people I see people with? Because I do it very different. Even I'm sure now when I talk, you're thinking, are we in the same business with this woman, isn't it? We're in the same business. But I've taken time to develop myself to read and understand what I need to understand to do it effectively as a business. So be serious. And being serious, what does that mean? When you're supposed to be in training, it's not just surface work to call you. It is your business. Can you imagine you're being called to earn your own money? How now? You don't come for training. When you come late. And when you come, you're distracted. Then you're saying this thing doesn't work. Yes, it will not work because you're not serious enough. I tell people be serious like a heart attack. It is a bad thing to use, but I want a heart attack when it gets you to finish you. So be very serious. Decide and commit. And this business, you have to be consistent. You cannot come today, tomorrow you don't come. You will come 1 month, the next month you're not seen. It cannot work. Who reminds you to breathe? Nobody. Because you have been breathing all your life. You try and miss one day not to breathe. Because some of you want to do business without consistency and you expect to be alive. So the day you don't breathe, you know you die. You understand? So take it seriously. And this business for women, I'm not biased against just because it's the only men. Women do this business the best because we are relational. We relate easily. And as women need more money than these men, I'll tell you why. This man can wear this suit today, tomorrow just change the shirt and the tie. Can I wear this clothes tomorrow? Everyone will say, this one, something is wrong with her. Those clothes, we saw her with her yesterday. And tomorrow, or even the other day. But if just as wears this suit and changes the shirt and the tie, how come you don't have a problem? So you need more money because you have to change your clothes every time. And that is why men don't understand. Women, we are very occasional. If a new function comes, I want a new dress. So that thing of seeing my dresses from here to here and I'm opening the order, I say, I don't even have a dress. That is the problem. Then, you see, we take care of small things. Small things are very serious. A child comes, Mommy, a biro, Mommy, I saw my short is torn, my shirt. Mommy, I told tomorrow we are going for a trip. These men, they pay bills. Fees is 10,000. That is it, it's 10. House rent is 10. So this blocks them, they're used to those. Do everyday money, you need it every day. And I ask people, how can you be paid 12 times in a year salary? January, February salary, February. How can you be paid 12 times a year and you live 365 days in a year? Are you serious? Are you understanding my question? Okay, let me break it down. Okay, I know I talk very fast. When you are in a job, you're paid, end of January, you get a salary, isn't it? End of February, you get a salary. Those are 12 months. But have you realized you live 365 days in a year? Yes. And you spend every day. So how can you be paid 12 times in a year? But you live 365 days in a year. That tells you need something that can give you an income every day, because every day you need expenses, every day you're incurring costs, and you cannot rely on that one thing. So we must be serious. This business works, but we do work it. So, I can tell you many stories. We can even be here until tomorrow. I have very many stories. Because this business for me has changed my life. I'm not the same person. 2 weeks ago, I just said to me, I'm going to be in Uganda for a week. Nobody has funded my trip. Not even my husband, not in a bad way. Maybe that one should not have recorded. But anyway, I'm just telling you, when you have got freedom of finances, the kind of things you can do. Yeah. Because when you have to rely on somebody else for your money, then you can only go according to the money they have. Mm-hmm. So if I ask him for money, he says, "No, we don't have money. Okay, now let's wait." So until the day he has money, he may never have it. Not because he doesn't want me to go, but he's not able. Mm-hmm. So me, I can make a decision now that next week, I'm going, and I cut my ticket and I go. Do you think that is good life?
Yes, very good life.
Yeah. So you make a choice today. Which life do you want to live? How do you want to live your life? Will the only sign that you are alive be the tomb where we are buried? You say, "This is Margaret, born in 1967, died in whichever year God will give me." This will be the only thing to show that where I'm buried will be the only thing to show I was alive one day. No, no, no. You touch people's lives. You know, when people die, they don't say they had this number of cars, this number of houses. Do you hear them saying those things? No, no, no. Somebody will come and say, "They helped me with my education, they paid for my fees, they helped me sort out a certain issue," you understand? So whose life will you touch? Whose life? Who will know your life one day? Now me, I'm very happy this week in Uganda. I'm known by all these Ugandans. I'm looking forward to when we go to Dar es Salaam. I love many people to hug me. Now you will hug you. Maybe when your next door neighbor doesn't know what you do. You're scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. And the only way to stop being scared is to have proper information, come for training, and have the courage to practice what you learn. Just do it. If they don't take it, so what? That's their problem. If they're not healthy, it's not about you. You did your side of telling them. You tell them, the decision is theirs, but the telling you have to. So Justus, thank you very much for having me. And I hope that the next time I come to Uganda, which will probably be in July, and I will see these faces and they'll have done something. And then you must come to Dar es Salaam. Those conferences, I'll tell you something. It is in those conferences we meet each other and we become friends. Then now see, I'm in Uganda because of somebody like Justus. Now I would have come to Uganda to do what? Me, I'm a Kenyan. What am I coming to do to Uganda with who and what? I don't have a reason, but because I've got all these friends, I'll come. So you must be at the convention at Dar es Salaam because you'll get challenged that people who had no money, even when Justus tells me his story, whenever I listen to his story, I just feel they should give me another form, you know, to sign up again, because that story is so amazing. And I met the brother who says he educates because he has only told me on the online. But today I had a chance to meet the doctor who says that through the business I've been able to educate my brother. Now, just as when you talk next time, I said those things Justus tells you is true. I met the brother when I went to Uganda. So at Dar es Salaam, that is where your belief will be affirmed. You'll hear stories of people who are very ordinary, who are shopping international brands, and they had no money. So let's do it. Let's do it.